know that I can't take no more.
What up, weebs?
Smoking that right now.
Today we're doing something a little different and we're making these Wolverine skeleton claws. So I walked out of the theater thinking, damn, I gotta make these for myself. You don't need a 3D printer either, they're actually pretty easy to make. So if you need a cosplay or a Halloween costume, let's get right into it. Alright, the first thing you'll need is some claws. Dog tags optional. List of materials in the links below. Keep in mind I might get a commission. Yo, these look pretty sick. So they look like metal, but they're actually plastic and they go into this clear plastic handle, which is actually pretty important for what we need. Yeah, unlike Hasbro, you can do the classic middle claw with these. If you haven't seen my review of the X-Men 97 claws, those ones are retractable. Link right here. But man, these look pretty dope. Obviously, for Deadpool, you don't need these coming out of your knuckles, but they'd be sick for like a Wolverine cosplay.
Not while the fate of my universe.
Alright, next step.
Here in my garage.
Next, you'll need some bones. You don't need a full skeleton, just some forearm bones will do. But they're pretty inexpensive if you wanted to decorate for Halloween. We're gonna try this silver spray paint from Krylon. Make sure you shake it up for at least a minute. You can also warm it up with some warm tap water, and that helps for coverage as well. Alright, quick little test. We have this one bone versus one with a layer of flat black on it. Nice even coats like that. So I hit up both sides. This is the one with just silver. And I kind of like this one with the black layer underneath. It's hard to see under the light, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I'm going with the black. You can speed up the drying with a heat gun or a hairdryer in between layers. Okay, so the hand bones, I'm gonna have to cut at the knuckles just to make them a little shorter. You kind of want it to fit right over your hand. I mean like over the back of the hand. And I guess you can go another knuckle, but I think this is good right here. And I just want to show you guys, you don't need a lot of silver either. I kind of like how that black comes through. It just looks like a little more interesting. A little variation, you know? I'm going to try one side with clear coat just to see what it looks like. Again, moving the can pretty quickly. And I mean, that looks pretty good with the clear coat on. And here's our adamantium. Kind of makes you want to do the whole skeleton, right? Alright, now we gotta figure out how the heck we're going to put these all together. I kind of have a vague idea of what I want to do. So we're gonna slot this hand piece over here, just because that clear handle is there. And I figured we might have to stretch these out a little bit. Then we'll figure out how to attach these bones and use this artificial sinew to like tie everything together. So I'm gonna go ahead using a hot glue gun just to glue these down. I'm gonna use quite a bit, and if I have to clean it up after, that's fine. It's pretty easy to clean up hot glue. Hold that down right there. After rewatching the scene, I think this is the wrong bone. It's a little too long.
Bruh.
And clearly I don't know anatomy, so good thing I have these extra bones on hand. We're gonna go ahead and use these. So I'm gonna try to attach them to the handle. You can attach them to the hand bones as well. Let's get in there. Quick little hot reload like John Wick. Alright, the next step is we have to somehow figure out like how to use this artificial sinew to make it look like tendons or muscle fibers. So we're just gonna play around with it, wrap around the hands, wrap around the bones. And this stuff is a little tacky. It's super easy to make knots and twist together. So I think we're gonna go about there. We'll do a turn over here. Just loop it around. And I think maybe we'll go across. And this is the stuff they use to make dream catchers, so if you have experience with that, this will be easier. I think what we want to do is kind of cut it. That might make it easier to thread around everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and use my wire cutters. Yo, that's pretty tough. And I mean, I'm not a Boy Scout. You don't have to be a Boy Scout to do this. Just try and get some knots in, play around with it, you know, just figure it out. If you guys are enjoying this tutorial so far, please consider dropping a sub. I mostly do unboxings, but just trying something a little different out. Okay, so after you're done tying, go ahead, cut off the excess. And I'm gonna add a extra bead here of glue just on the underside so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, probably gonna add some more, but that's what we're working with so far. Still gotta figure out how to attach these to our arms. Yo, it's me from the future telling you to make sure you leave a space when you attach these two bones together. Whether it's with the glue or when you're tying on some of the fibers, you just want to make sure you have straight lines almost going all the way through. So I'm going to hold these while I glue them just to have better lines. Let's use rubber bands to attach these to our forearms and hands. They're actually pretty close to the same color. You can use elastics as well. As long as they're like a brown or beige color, you'll be good. I guess you can also wrap some of that sinew around here. I mean, that's a good size though. And I think we're just gonna add a bead right here just so it doesn't go anywhere. For the hand side, we could probably just slide it over the claws and that'll be good. Another option is to twist some of these fibers together to make them thicker. Then you're gonna loop it around and attach that to the other bone. That looks something like that. That's pretty good. And yo, these look so sick. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. The bands look decent as well. So what do we think? It's pretty sick, right? I mean, not perfect, but it's pretty sick for a quick Halloween costume. These turned out to be pretty good. I mean, with them on, they do move quite a bit. I would suggest adding more rubber bands. That's really the only change I would make to these. I'm gonna go practice my dance moves, and now you can reenact one of the best scenes in the movie. If you enjoyed this, make sure you drop a like below, watch this video next, and sub if you're a weeb. Peace!